Hi and welcome to practice. My name is Kate. This practice is designed to give you a pause or break in your day anytime you need a little movement and a chance to come back to center and breathe. We'll do some dynamic movement and at the end a very short breathing meditation. So when you're ready, let's begin in a comfortable seat. So I'm seated on a yoga block, and you may wish to do that as well. However you choose to sit, take a moment to rock a little bit side to side, and then forwards and backwards, and then allow your sitting bones and your tailbone to start to descend down towards the earth. Closing your eyes and finding a few breaths here. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. You can flutter your eyes open here with an inhale, taking the shoulders up by the ears, and then exhale, drop them down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, shrugging the shoulders. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Take a few shoulder rolls here. And then with an exhalation, let your hands come down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Palms can press. Exhale, release all the way back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale carries the arms up. Exhale, down, slow and steady. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. This time we'll carry the arms all the way up, interlace the fingers, and then turn the palms upside down so they reach towards the ceiling or sky. And then see if you can wiggle out of the waist just a little bit, getting a little bit taller. We'll take a few breaths here. You can gaze up if that's okay for your neck. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Exhale, we'll split the arms so the left arm hand will come to the right leg, right hand behind. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, twist, gaze right. Breathing here. Exhale completely. Inhale, arms come back up. And then exhale, side 2. Splitting the arms, right hand to left leg. Gaze left. Draw the navel in. Lengthen through the spine. Breathing here. Good. Exhale. Coming center, reach the arms up 1 last time. This time we'll press the palms, pull the hands down the center line, and they can return back to your legs. Go ahead and find some circular movement in your seated position. So taking the torso forward, to the side, and into the back space. We'll go one direction first. And then after a few complete rounds, you can reverse the direction. Full, deep, clearing breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Returning the torso to center, find that stability between the sitting bones and the tailbone. Taking the right hand down to the floor, start to move that left shoulder back so you rotate open, and then reach that left arm up, look up, breathe here. So find a few breaths in this posture, Gazing up if that's appropriate. If it hurts your neck, take it neutral. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Good. Exhale, return to center, and we'll take side two. So the left hand finds the earth. Take that right shoulder back. Start to gaze up, reach up, and then notice what your neck needs. If it needs to come neutral, then by all means take it to the center. Stretch, breathe, and reach. Exhale here, inhale, back to center, and find a moment to breathe and feel. The eyes might need to close down. Just pausing here, finding your breath, relaxing where you might need to. And then fluttering the eyes back open, we'll remove the block or whatever you have underneath you and come to hands and knees for a tabletop position. So the wrists are right underneath the shoulders, the knees are right underneath the hips, toes could be curled under or toenails flat to the mat. Start to lower the belly, inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then exhale, round into the spine, push into the mat, drawing the navel in, and then keep going for a few rounds. See if you can sync up the breath. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, draw the navel to the spine. Push the floor away. Moving slow or fast, see what you need for your practice. And wherever you are with this, we'll finish up one more round. Coming into a neutral tabletop, go ahead and take the knees back behind the hips and the hands forward about a handprint, still in line with the shoulders. Curling the toes under if you haven't yet, and then we'll start to push into downward facing. So for this downward facing dog, press into the palms, send the hips back, and then go ahead and walk out the feet. So dropping one heel and then the opposite. And again, moving slow or fast, maybe taking a wider stance if that's what's needed. Start to feel into your body as you breathe a little bit more deeply here. Good, and then we'll hold downward facing. So press both palms into the mat and then send the energy up the arms, side of the body to the hips, sending the hips back and up. Knees can still be bent. Heels might descend more towards to the floor. They don't have to touch. Let your eyes settle to a single point and breathe here for a few rounds. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Exhale all your air. Draw the navel in and up, and we're going to take the right foot between the hands. So if it takes a couple of tries to get it there, you can toe heel it forward. Left knee will come down. We're going to interlace the hands right on top of that right knee. Find some brightness in the chest, lift the heart, and then we'll pulse a few times here. So inhale, exhale, getting into that front left thigh and the right hip, breathing as you do. And again, pulse slowly or more quickly if that's what feels right to you for this practice. Good. Exhale, start to come into your lunge any amount more, and this time we'll reach the arms up. Inhale. Palms could press or be apart. See what feels right for you. Lift the gaze, lift the chest, breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take 3 more breaths together. Good. Exhale, hands find the floor. Start to move the hips back, and that front foot, you can toe heel it forward a little bit, and then lift the toes if possible. Lift the gaze, and then exhale, bow in any amount. So this isn't about depth of practice. You're just starting to feel the hamstring, the stretch at the back of the right leg. Settle your eyes to a single point and find 3 breaths here. Good. Exhale completely. With an inhale, we'll lift the chest. Go ahead and stomp that front foot down. Hands can move forward. Hips lift, downward facing. Hold and breathe. So settling the gaze, settle into the posture. Good. Exhale all of your air. Draw the navel in, and then left foot's going to come forward. So remember, you can take as many steps as you need to get it forward. Interlace the fingers right on top of that knee, and then start to shimmy the shoulders back. So you want to feel nice and bright and open in the front chest. And then here we'll pulse a few times with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Find your pace, your rhythm. This is your practice. Good, and then getting settled into that lunge, we'll inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up, settle the gaze, settle the breath. So the palms could press together or there could be space. Relax the shoulders down, soften through the throat as you breathe here. Good. Exhale, hands come down, find the floor. Start to toe heel that front foot forward, and then send the hips back over that right knee. Toes flip up. Inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, settling in. So this is more isometric. You drop the heel down into the mat, and then isometrically pull it back. Relax the jaw and breathe. Good. Exhaling completely. Drop that left foot back down. Hands can travel forward. Curl the back toes if they're not already. And then lift the hips, downward facing. We'll hold and breathe here. Palms press evenly into the mat. Feet are pressing evenly. And then you send the hips back any amount more. And exhale here. Go ahead and drop the knees down about the middle of the mat and come to a seated position. We'll come to a long-legged sit. So in this long-legged sit, take a minute to really wiggle into the sitting bones and the tailbone. Roll the shoulders back a few times, and then let the hands come right down by your hips. So the fingertips are facing forward and the toes are facing up. Spine is long, the eyes can settle and close, breathing here. Good. With your next inhale, reach the arms all the way back up, and then exhale, start to tilt forward, and then let the hands reach and grab any part of the legs. So it could be the toes if it's right there for you, the ankles, the shins. See what feels right for you. A little bend in the knee is absolutely fine. This does not have to be the deepest forward fold ever. Start to feel the stretch in the back body and the back of the legs. Full deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Exhale here. With an inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Take the hands behind you. Fingertips could face forward or back. And then we'll come to stamp each foot onto the mat. Toes are pointing forward. With an inhale, lift the chest. This could be enough. If you want a little more, start to lift the hips high. And if it feels okay for your neck, start to look and gaze back behind you. Inhale and exhale. Good. Exhale, slowly lower down. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together. So bringing the soles of the feet together, lift the chest once more, and this time the hands will come to the ankles or the outsides of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, start to come forward any amount, settling in the jaw, the throat. Let the breath be steady and even. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze here. And then exhale here. With an inhale, lift your torso back up. Go ahead and take your feet maybe as wide as your mat, and then let the knees drop to one side and then the other. I'll do this a few times. Just getting into the outer hip, wringing out the torso. And then we'll come back to returning to a comfortable seated position, or if you prefer, a resting pose on your mat. I'm going to stay seated for this one, but you're welcome to do whatever feels best for you. Finding your prop if you prefer one. And whether you're resting on your back or seated, take that same care to scan through the body and see if you need to adjust a little bit, a little shift, a shoulder adjustment, whatever it is. Exhale here completely. Really let the air empty out. And then taking a few breaths in and out of the nose. And then begin to rest your attention right at the heart center. And imagine that you are breathing from your heart. So as you inhale and exhale, imagine it's coming right from the heart center. And with this heart-centering breath, let your mind and heart connect to anyone in your life that you know needs a little love or connection or thoughts right now. So resting your attention at the heart, and perhaps this person who needs a little extra love, care, and attention. And now imagine centering with this person. You're sending this heart breath directly to them. And letting that practice go, we'll bring our hands down by the sides, turn the thumbs back towards the space behind you. With an inhale, reaching the arms all the way up, palms compress at the top of the inhale. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart center. And then letting the eyes slowly flutter open. Thank you for practicing today with me. If you enjoy practices like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.